And welcome to the Destiny Nerds Podcast, episode 19. My name's Bearded Luke, and I'm happy to be here.
Yes, we are so happy to be here with another episode. My name is Maddox, PvP Lord in Destiny 2. Do trials helps on the weekends, and if you want to learn about PvP, you can subscribe to my YouTube.
And we're real professionals here. Real professionals.
We are.
Yes.
We have Havoc back this week, which is exciting.
Yeah. After like a 2-week hiatus. Back on the Destiny grind, so to speak. I think I only played like once this week, but we'll talk about that.
That's more than none.
You weren't the only one.
That's more than none.
Yeah, at one point it was like for a month I didn't touch the game. So yeah.
Those end of season
Nice
blues.
status.
And then today we have an amazing guest. Amazing guest. And I want Maddox to introduce this amazing guest because Maddox is very good friends with this amazing guest. I am mentally and emotionally great friends, but not physically yet. And we're going to get there today. But
well, we do have a good one because he's a clanmate, he's a homie, he's a Chaos Reach crutch, and an Aldrin lookalike. It's NoiseTank, the one and only.
Hey.
Welcome in, brother.
It makes sense now.
Thank you.
This is why the audio didn't work. Noise.
It's the audio
tank.
Ah, yes.
You took it.
Tanking
the audio
the
tank.
noise. Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Sarah would be proud of that one.
We're so pumped that you're here. Thanks for doing this. A little short notice too. I appreciate it. Also, thanks for dealing with me not knowing how to use technology, even though I love technology.
Well, Noise, I know a lot about you, but I'm sure there are other co-hosts here, Havoc and Luke, don't know a lot about you. And there's a few people in the chat as well too that would love to hear who you are, what you do, and just where you came from.
We want to hear your life story. So
yes. Where'd you begin? Where were you born?
I was born in, dox myself. No, yeah, some Noise. Hey, you can call me, I don't know, Noise Jordan Tank, Noise Tank. I don't care. Yeah, I'm a PvP main mostly. I stream on the Twitch. Made Chaos Reach. A lot of people don't really like that, but
Indeed.
I've been maining it since Forsaken, so get over it. That was directed at Sam. Yeah, I don't know. I just play a lot of PvP. I don't just play like PvE. I do like some PvE stuff too. People like to be like, oh, these PvP streamers, they don't know anything about PvE, but I'm kind of a PvE lord actually, so yeah, I don't really know what to say about it. It's kind of like it.
Oh, when did you start playing Destiny? Were you back in D1 or like when did you start?
Yeah, so I played D1 I think like in the beta.
Okay.
I've been playing it since then a lot. Played PvP then because I was wicked into Halo. I played a lot of Halo, so I was like, oh, dude, Destiny's gonna be sick. I basically played all the way up from I think like the first like 3 months the game came out, and then I took like a little bit of a break, came back for House of Wolves, and then I just didn't stop playing it after that. And Destiny's been a staple in my library since.
That's like very common. I feel like if people like go back and they've been playing D1, that's when a lot of people kind of dropped the game, was Dark Below, and then picked it back up when House of Wolves came back around. But that's same for me as well too. I didn't really know much about the game, put it down until about House of Wolves came out. It's like, oh,
I want to see all three of you guys now.
pick it back up.
Yeah,
Didn't you
I
have
picked
a
it
similar
up.
experience?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Got rid of it, and then got it around House of Wolves, or right after House of Wolves that had been out, and then Taken King is when I got addicted.
Because House of Wolves was never Trials and stuff came out, right?
Yep. Trials,
was a big thing.
Elders, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I lasted all the way from the alpha all the way through. So those were dark times.
So did Dr. Shabby.
Story, I actually got the alpha because at the time when the game came out, I was actually a store manager for GameStop, but I didn't have a PS4, so I gave it to my assistant manager, and he was like, dude, this game's gonna be amazing, it's gonna be so sick. And now I'm like, man, I wish I just played the alpha.
I wish I just kind of knew more about it before I got it. Like my buddy I was playing Halo with and stuff like that, we were on Xbox. He's like, oh, there's a new game coming out. It's called Destiny. You should get it. We'll play it together. I was like, all right, whatever. Pre-ordered it. I went up there on the, what was it? It came out on the 11th, I think, or something, or the 9th.
September 9th. Yep.
Yeah, and I went up there, and my birthday's on the 10th, literally the following day. So I was up there at midnight on my birthday, getting some game. I don't know what the hell it was.
Oh man.
Just waiting in line until like 1 a.m. Drove 30 minutes to get back home, and like I was like, okay, now what do I do?
Go to bed.
Yeah, I did a similar, well, almost a similar thing that night. I don't know if we're going off topic, but since we're talking about our launch experiences, so I think I might have mentioned this before to Luke. So again, I didn't have an Xbox at the time, so I never really played Halo. Only if buddies had it, obviously when they had an Xbox. So when Bungie was doing the whole multi-platform, Destiny, all that stuff. So I played the alpha, loved it, and then I ended up dropping like about $700 or $800. I bought the white PS4, Destiny, and I bought the Destiny Ghost Edition. They came with the Ghost. So like I'm leaving out like boxes, walking out of the GameStop. People, and there's like a line wrapped around the building, and everyone's just looking at me.
Yeah.
As I'm carrying out all these boxes. So I felt awesome that night. So yeah.
Heck yeah.
Well, Noise, I don't think this is something I ever asked you, and I've always been curious, but how did you get your name? Where did that derive from?
Yeah,
I think that'd be a good story to have.
Very few people know, actually. So when I was,
you heard it here first on the Destiny Nerds podcast,
Here we go, guys.
where NoiseTank came from.
So it's actually a character from one of my actual all-time favorite game called Jet Set Radio Future. It was on the original Xbox. It came out in 2001, and there's a character called NoiseTank 3000. So when I got Xbox Live when it came out, I just made my name that. And then as time went on, I was like, 3000 just doesn't look as clean as just NoiseTank. So I just dropped the 3000, and then
no NoiseTank 360 no scope 69.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
no scope.
for the longest time I had that gamer tag too. I actually am like, there's like a crazy like original Xbox Live. They like gave out all these like special things to like people who got Xbox Live like the first week that it came out, and I still have like all that stuff on my account and everything too, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
So,
That's amazing.
yeah.
Cool. Never heard of that game before, so
Me neither.
I have. Yeah.
It's definitely a cult classic.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
cool. Well, I appreciate you sharing your story. I think it's time to talk about the greatest game in the history of the world,
Luke.
Destiny 2. And I think
so
what a lot of people hate is that we couldn't play it.
I for one am a person that I'm usually like the defender of Bungie every time.
Yeah, you're Mr. Positive. You're like that glass
I'm like
half
it's
full
okay.
Guy. You're the glass half full guy.
It's okay.
But this week you were the half empty guy, and I loved it.
So I've been so busy with my since this pandemic is slowing down or whatever, I'm back to doing my job, which is a lot of filming and editing and filming and editing and filming. And I haven't had any time to play games. So we get to the launch day of this new season, and I'm like, I set aside Tuesday night and Wednesday night and Thursday night to play this stupid game. And I get on there to play, and I can't even log in. It just crash. Dude, I was like about to throw my monitor out the window, just sitting here, not even streaming or anything, just sitting here. I was gonna stream, but everybody's like, it's not working. I'm like, it'll work for me. Nope. So this game that they've done so many launches for had a bug that broke it so bad that not only was it one day, I was like, it's fine, tomorrow I'll play. It was 3 days in a row that we couldn't play, which in the long run, there's way worse things happening in the world that I should be worried about other than being able to play this game. But for freak's sake, we should be able to play this game when it comes out on PC. I bought a PS5. Yeah. Dude, I'm not going to lie. Part of the reason I bought that PS5 is because I didn't think I was ever going to be able to log in again.
I'll show them.
I'm never gonna play the game.
I'm serious. I was so dramatic. I was like, Aki, I'm looking to get a PS5, and I got a PS5 the next day, and then it got here the day after. But then I got logged in the day after that, so I could play for one day and then AFK farm XP for 4 days straight while I was at weddings.
That's facts. I keep on looking. I was like, oh, Luke's finally playing. Go to inspect. It says
Trinity Gold.
Shattered Throne.
You look at my Trinity
Shattered
Gold.
Throne.
The kills are just going up, ding, ding, ding. Got 200,000 kills.
Jesus Christ.
I'm grinding in there, bro. I just sit in there all day shooting stuff. Honestly, it's the most efficient way to play. So,
yeah, I agree.
Anyways,
forget the real content.
I would play the real content if I could. Trust me. But
wait, what's your season pass at now?
It's only
Who knows?
level 38. but I was level
Mine
9.
is like 9. Yeah.
I was level 10 when I started.
You could just hit 20 today, maybe. Close to it. Oh. I'm a grinder, obviously.
You're gonna have to send me that Trinity goal macro.
I will. I literally will. You can just do it. I was thinking about streaming. I was like, this would be kind of funny. What if I just put my title as like fastest grind to level 100, and I just streamed it all day by itself. Like I'm out doing stuff. It's just streaming on Twitch. Just
Content.
What does it even look like whenever you're doing it? Because I haven't.
It literally looks like
what
this.
What is your character doing?
You're in a corner and you go. And you just shoot a Trinity goal shot every half second. It's
so funny.
I
remember last time you were doing that was the day that I was gonna help you in trials. I was gonna help you account. So I had to like hack into your like share play or something like that and like shut your game off on your end, re-log back in just to get into your account.
Bro, somebody this weekend was trying to log into my account. I got an email that said like had the code. I'm like, oh no, too many people have my password. I think I need to.
Oh god.
Anyways, sorry, this is a big tangent.
I feel that.
I want to know what you guys feel like with this whole thing.
I booted up stream. I didn't know like how serious the whole crashing thing was. I truly didn't. I was at work. I was seeing all these leaks and stuff. Well, not leaks, but I was seeing everybody like post their like new guns, and I'm like, when you're sitting at work and you see everybody else having fun on the video game that you want to play, it's the most demoralizing feeling ever because you're just sitting there like, fuck, man, I don't get off work till 5 o'clock. I gotta go home, go to the gym, cook dinner, and then I can play the game, you know?
And it's not gonna work.
I'm just like, and then it doesn't even work. And you're sitting there, and I'm sitting there streaming, and it's like an hour and a half in. I'm like, okay, yeah, I give up.
Then the worst part is your friends are like, you shouldn't be mad. Like the friends that are playing, that have been playing all day, you shouldn't be mad about this. This happened. You shouldn't be mad. You're playing the game.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
Yeah,
I'm mad. I want
terrible.
to. Oh, it's great content. You're gonna love it when you get in. That is not encouraging.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, dude. Just wait till you can play.
Dude, just wait. Just wait till you can play
They
it.
think they're helping you.
Wait days. Okay.
Oh,
They think
it's
they're
so
helping
funny.
you, but they're making you not want to play it ever.
Imagine.
I simply just wanted to play it because honestly the PvE was a little bit more interesting looking to me because as a PvP person, it's just like we keep on getting screwed every single season with crap that doesn't get added or crap that doesn't get fixed, unfortunately. And it's just like, what do we do? So I was kind of more like the new seasonal override thing is actually just chill. It's just like just like a simple
I think it's
simple
boring
thing to do. I mean, it is quite boring. I won't lie.
I would rather watch my paint dry than play that activity.
I think it's the best one since Sundial though. I will say that pretty confidently.
Yeah, true.
I'd rather do that than the bunker towers.
The bunkers are
the worst.
What else was it? Like the Empire hunts, the stupid hunts. Those were trash. There's not a single bit of good loot from those.
And Menagerie were like the last two like good ones.
Oh, Menagerie will be S tier from now. You can't even compare it to Menagerie.
Before we get too far into talking about this, we cannot miss the part where the trick to actually play this game on launch date was to to only have like 40 friends or something like that in Steam.
You couldn't have 40 friends playing in total on Steam.
Yeah.
So
if you had 5 people playing Apex, those still counted, which is bullshit.
I had I had 90 people online.
Yeah.
And I couldn't delete people. I couldn't.
I deleted a shit ton of people.
Would you mind logging off Steam for a little bit? Would you mind start
go offline, bro? If you're on the game, go offline.
People told me, they're like, dude, just tell everyone to go offline. I'm like, I'm not messaging 90 people to go offline, dude. Yo, can you please appear offline? Can you please appear offline? Can you please? It would take me an hour to do that, and then might as well go to bed. Anyway, sorry. Okay, that's the last part of that. I just want to let everyone know I was really mad about it. No, JC Danger in chat says, do they have any is there no excuses for them being a small? Yeah, there's zero excuses. Like, make this game work. You've been doing this long enough.
Definitely not a small or medium developer. They're huge.
They're massive.
There's bigger launches than this as well too that have gone pretty well. I mean, other than the queue system, like that's dog shit. But
I think they
Other
have
than-
like 700 plus employees. I'm pretty sure.
You
At
know,
this
and they're
point,
getting-
and they're hiring more.
And they're expanding their studio.
Yeah, they're
so,
getting
I
a
mean,
bigger building.
Yeah.
And even
Yeah.
now, it's like with the whole world situation that the whole working from home, to be honest, just is not an excuse anymore.
No, I'm sick of that.
In my
It's because of
opinion.
COVID.
Because
That's
of
what they
the
do at
spaghetti
McDonald's.
code.
Yeah.
They're
Tank, did
coding.
you
just
experience
sucks.
that problem too on Tuesday? Did you experience not being able to play for a while? Like about 4 hours, 5 hours?
Oh. For those, I don't know if you guys know Cool Cheese. He's amazing. He's my
Oh, yeah.
son.
Actually had
Him and
him.
I were like, all right, we're gonna both stream at 12. We're just gonna hang out. We're gonna talk about the patch notes. We're gonna do the thing, and then we're gonna jump in. And so I got into the game for like 20 minutes. I did the first story mission, and then the honeydew errors started happening.
Yeah, that was
The
yeah.
honeydew stuff was happening. That was happening. That was happening. And then my game crashed finally, and then I just couldn't get back in the game. So I think I like literally streamed just chatting for like 6 hours. I think.
But you got
just like, alright.
you just got teased.
Yeah.
You saw the
Yeah.
content. Like, no, just kidding.
Just kidding.
You
Dude,
can't
it
play
was the
just
worst
yet.
because like I couldn't do any of the transmog stuff yet because I wasn't able to go to the tower to talk to Ada to start
Oh,
that
yeah.
first mission. And that was like the biggest thing for me was the transmog stuff. So I couldn't do
Let's say
any of
you're
it.
a big fashion guy as well too. So
Yeah, I spent Thursday. I actually got on the game Thursday because I played at like 5 in the morning or something. Nobody was on, and I loaded the game up, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing, dude!" I played for like 8 hours just in the transmog system, just chilling. Like,
oh yeah.
8 hours,
a
like
great- that's-
actually 8 hours in transmog, or is that?
it was. I mean, it's a little bit of a stretch, but
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was like 6 hours.
That's
though,
amazing.
actually.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Dude, I just.
And his
It's a good
Hunter
system.
Still came out all black. Terrible.
You want to know
Okay,
what's funny? My
that's the
original
thing,
tweet.
Yeah, people are always they're posting their Guardians, and they're all like they all looks the same because of the shaders.
Oh.
They are. Are they not?
Oh goodness.
Am I the only one who feels that way? I'm seeing everyone using the.
No,
the
you're not.
shaders.
That's the funny part. I made a
They're
whole
color, but after a while, I'm like, all right, okay, all right.
it's just a funny thing to me. I still think all black characters look really good, and I think that's where a lot of people misunderstood
Yeah,
me.
the shaders, man. I was rocking those. Oh, don't get me started.
See, what I
yeah.
actually like about my Hunter though is that I found like it was like 5 different shaders on different pieces to
Yeah.
make the black look
Yeah.
specifically all black instead of like, oh, you just use dead orbit, all dead orbit, and then there's
Right,
like
right.
white parts, you know, like yeah.
No, you made it as pitch black as you could possibly, and that's and even like and the like the ears almost had like a shiny look to it, which kind of made it look a little
Yeah.
different. Everybody else just puts on the vest with the stompies and the
Nope.
same cloak.
Not
and
me.
There's a black one. Yeah, you.
Everybody
oh my god,
uses the Iron
Luke's
Banner
character looked
Warmind
atrocious.
cloak.
No,
Just yeah.
my character looks great.
Oh,
Are you kidding
It
me?
was so funny. So I was sitting there. We were sitting there, and Luke got on transmog for the first time. I asked him about how it works, and I was explaining it to him, and he's like, "Finally, I get to have my trials gauntlets back." And it's like these big bulky shoulder pads.
I love those,
And I
bro.
didn't say anything. I was like, "Bro, this looks so bad."
That yeah, because you don't know style because you're too young.
That is true. That is true.
Just
Too
saying.
young.
No, but I think the transmog in total was just a fantastic addition.
Oh, dude.
Because everybody
So
already
good.
took fashion as a thing, and Noise knows about this because I mean, just it's like your personality. It's literally your character in game, and you put what you think looks good on your character. And now that you have 10 billion more options, and
It's
just
so good.
so
The
many different
UI,
things.
Like,
Oh, the UI is fantastic.
they did it and they did it right first try, right? Like sometimes
Yeah.
it's like they come out and they're like, oh, like they should have added this or whatever, but they did like everything perfect.
I will say one thing they should add, and that would be like favoriting certain things, like favoriting your shaders.
Yeah, so
Because
you
there
can have
is
it in the
about
front.
15 different pages.
Yeah.
And I use a lot of the same shaders. There's a lot of them that just like, why is this even a shader in the game? It's literally so dog shit. And then I wish I could just like, oh, I can favorite this one, so I know exactly where it's at every time I go to put something on there. So
Yeah.
that would be that's truthfully the only thing I can think of that would be a great addition to transmog. Other than
I
that,
don't know if you guys saw that Reddit post about the time investment for the transmog stuff. Did you guys see that?
No.
Nope.
I
Explain
did. Like,
explain that to us.
Oh, it's bad. So I made a tweet like way back when they first like announced the transmog thing, and that it was going to be capped. So like, and I complained about it, and a bunch of people like subtweeted me being like, "Nah, you're just gonna use one piece and blah blah blah." I'm like, I don't think you understand how bad this is. And then, so JP Deathblade, he like looks like pretty far into like their coding and stuff like that, and he like researches all their stuff, and basically every 2 minutes, it has nothing to do with kills or anything. It's like in-game time. Yeah. So like in order to get synth weave or whatever, like the base, the green, the common is, it takes like 2 or 3 minutes in game in an activity. You can't just be in orbit or anything. And then you have to get 150 of those to get a bounty. And then the bounty is like, kill 40 champions in Nightfalls or capture 50 zones or something like that, depending on what you pick. And then you get the bounty to unlock a different piece, and that's for one piece. So to get all of it for one season is 150 hours of just doing whatever.
Gosh.
Jeez.
And that's if you're optimal, like you pick up the bounty, you do the bounty right away.
Yeah.
Right. If you're literally just nonstop.
Yeah.
Is
so
there...
you have to be like, oh, I got the bounty, I completed it, I gotta go. Like if we're in the middle of the trials match, gotta go. Like I gotta go do this. I'm missing out on synth weave time. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
They're probably gonna fix that eventually, right? Well, how do you can you
though?
pay for
That's
it though?
Insane.
Can you pay?
That's the thing. You can pay above the cap. So the cap,
that's the way of them forcing you to use Eververse.
Yeah.
That's why people are being mad about
and the time
it.
gate thing too. So you just can't like. Originally it was like, oh, get like 200 kills or something, and then you'll get enough to buy a bounty. But now it's no. You actually just have to play the game and be in game for time. It's I don't know. It's very controversial.
Yeah.
Well, that's insane. Just the time that it takes just to unlock one piece.
Yeah.
It's literally a day's work. I mean, honestly, like a casual day's work just to unlock one particular upgrade. Granted, we did get what maybe 10 right off the rip. Like if you finish the little quest.
Yeah,
I still have about 4 on each.
Yeah,
character.
I have a bunch. I haven't used all mine.
I still have about 4 or 5 on each character, and I'm just gradually like, oh, I know I'll use this.
Oh wait,
at some
can you
point.
do the quest on each character and get?
Yeah, you get 5. So you get 5 additional.
And I can use those all in my hunter.
No, it's per character. You get 5 per character. So like
choose wisely.
There's a color specifically for each character. Like red.
Oh,
is for
that's
hunter,
what the colors was. I was like, do these mean different things? I didn't understand the color.
I didn't look at that, but they're specifically for your characters in general. But
ooh, I bought the Stompy. I bought the Stompy's ornament because it's finally for sale. Like all the stuff you don't have is for sale now.
Yeah. It adds a whole different aspect to the game. It's literally fashion. And with the new fashion, like the fashion weeks or whatever coming up where they give away the emblem, I just can't imagine the stuff that people are going to come up with.
Heck yeah.
Because it was already so unique in general, and now with literally so many different options and you don't have to have the actual piece, you just have it as an ornament. It's going to be so unique to see what stuff that people come up with.
Is all the pieces we have unlocked, well, not unlocked, but like that we can unlock, stuff that we had in the past? So like if someone didn't get the raid armor, they are not going to have it.
Yes.
So there's stuff in there that we probably have because we played longer. Ooh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. As long as it's literally just your collections. You go back and it's whatever was in your collections, you can transmog.
Dude, I'm going to have nothing on my Warlock and Titan.
That's the benefit of playing all characters though as well too. So that's
I've used all my pieces on all my characters.
Yeah. I took my time. I mean, I'm pretty happy with the way my characters look. I'm definitely going back and forth. I'm like, these look better, and I'll unlock one more or whatever. And then this looks better, and unlock a piece of gear or whatever. And apparently there's a bug. I don't know if I was actually told this last night during stream of that some of the green pieces, the green and what common pieces or something like that are bugged where they have like +1 on resilience. So if you have like a 99 recov and you transmog a green or blue piece, you get +1 recov or whatever if you're lucky. Yeah. So it was weird. It was literally like I was hacking. It literally looked like I was hacking. I was like, okay, I have 99 recov. This was literally a circumstance last night. And I transmog. I got a new trials piece of gear on my warlock, my chest piece. And I previously had a green piece of armor transmogged as my chest piece. So I redid it. And I was like, oh man, I have 99 recov. This sucks because I literally couldn't do anything about it. So and then I go back and I was transmog. I transmog the green piece and I come back. I was like, it's at 100. What the heck? And then I'm getting like accused of hacking or whatever. Like, bro, how did you get that one recov? And then I was told that the green pieces or something like that have sometimes, like in the collections, they'll have like stat rolls. And if you like look and see, one of them may have plus resilience. So if you literally have, if you're one away from a tier or whatever, like upping one of the tiers, then you can, it's a way to kind of finesse the system as well.
Interesting.
Medics cutting corners.
Either
or you can
way,
just be on stasis and get plus 10 on everything. So
yeah.
That too.
as if that wasn't good enough.
So
But-
let's talk about the
Stasis.
story real quick, because so
this
transmog,
is where I don't know
we can
anything
all, huh?
I don't know nothing about the story. I had to pay no attention.
This, wow. Well, the storytelling, I personally think the story is like insanely good right now. The way that they
Fallen babies, man. Fallen babies.
Yeah, fallen babies. Well, just
The
the way that
small
they
one.
started it, where we got to meet Mithrax and like actually see him in game, and there was a
Yeah.
cut scene, and like I don't know, I don't. If you guys don't care about story, we don't talk about it. But I do want to get everybody's opinion on what
Oh
they
yeah,
thought.
Go ahead.
yeah. I love the story. I mean,
Yeah, no, go ahead.
last time we interacted with Mithrax, I want to say it was the Outbreak Perfected quest, right?
Yep.
So
I just
Go on,
know
Luke.
I know JC Danger, which is a listener of this, a viewer of my stream, and one of my friends in real life. I swear on my life, this dude never stops talking about Mithrax, and I never know what he's talking about because I'm not super into the lore, but I do like the overall story. I like the way they tell the story now. I think it's kind of interesting. I wish it was a little bit. I wish that there was more of it, but I understand. Anyways, Mithrax is apparently a very important person inside of fallen captain leader inside of what house are they? I can't remember. Do you
House
guys know?
Light.
House
House
of
of
Light.
Light, I think.
There we go. So, and he has like some sort of connection to the Vex network. Like we are like legitimately going into the Vex network in the override, which is like crazy to think about because they've always talked in all of the games about like how intense and like strategic and technical the Vex infrastructure is, and we're literally inside of it during this. I think that's
the
nuts.
theme of
Interesting.
this season is it's so cool. It's
Yeah.
so sick. Yeah,
And just a forewarning, there are sorry to cut you off, but there are spoilers already out. Unfortunately, I already know. So avoid spoilers like the plague, because people like to data mine things. So there are spoilers out there. What happens towards the end of the
Sir.
season?
There's the data mine king.
Yep. But go on.
Yeah, let me hear what you think, Noise. I want to hear. I don't know what you think about story or where you're at with that kind of stuff, but tell me.
No, I
where you're at.
love the lore of the game, and I think so far, like I haven't had a chance to play the override yet, but like that like intro mission, you like go to where Mithrax and them are like hiding out, like where you fought like did the Scourge of the Past or whatever.
Yep.
And like there's like little interactives that you can go and listen to, and it tells you like about like Elixir life and stuff. I sat there for like 10 minutes just like going through and like listening
Same,
to all of them.
same.
I'm like, it's so sick. Like I think they're hiring more people for voice acting and more story writing, and like they're killing it. Like the PvE and the story side things they're killing it. So
It's
just
sweet
wish they
that
would
they're
do the same
doing
for
it.
PvP.
Yeah, we'll get to PvP. It's cool that they're adding it. Like we know whenever Luke Smith and Mark did that big like talk about like the future of Destiny, and they like did that big article that was like, we want it to be like where if Black Armory came during the next season, Ada had a sign that said Ada left. She did this, like kind of like this. The world's changing. This is the first time where I feel like the world's like actually physically changing. Like
Yeah.
going back to where an old raid was to see characters there that we've never interacted with, and kind of get some history and lore on the Fallen. I think that's starting to make it feel like, I don't know. It's got me because
The ever evolving world that they've been trying to.
yeah.
Last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
It makes me like they're gonna get there completely soon. That's why I mean, like I think they're killing it. I just wish there was more. Like I wish like every season it was like a Destiny 1 sized campaign, because Destiny 1's campaign wasn't like super long. The base set. Like if we could get something like not as intense and in concrete, but like I don't know. Like I don't mind to do a bunch of dumb missions. Like in like House of Wolves, like all they did to make the missions different was you just played them backwards. Like
Backwards.
I,
Oh,
Yep.
man.
that doesn't bother me if there's good storylines in it, but I know that there's a whole community of people be like, no, like Maddox over here. He probably
stuff.
muted the narration. Can't even hear anything.
My next comment was, I don't think I even have dialogue on in the game.
he's like, what's a fallen? I only know PvP.
What's the cabal? No,
I think last season they did a good job too. I will say. I think like Oldman's story and all that was great. So
I don't know anything about Savathun. I don't know anything about any of them. Truthfully, I couldn't tell you anything.
It's probably a good thing. I mean, then you'll be more surprised maybe later on once things start to really pick up, I think.
I was more intrigued by the Destiny 1 narrative, but Destiny 2 I just haven't paid much attention to be honest. Like I like listen to the story as we play it, like the Red War and stuff like that whenever that came out, but like the lore backstory and stuff like that, I couldn't tell you a sentence about it.
And you're supposed to be you're supposed to be a Destiny nerd. Oh, come on.
Yeah,
just kidding.
I'm the PvP side of it.
Of what's left of it anyway.
Tell me about Trials lore.
Yeah, what's the Trials lore?
So there's a gold chest. No, I'm kidding.
Dude, Osiris, like literally Osiris's ghost being dead is about as good of an explanation of where Trials with Osiris is as ever.
Yes. Yes, it's we can always talk about PvP, and I can talk about it for days, of course, because that's what I'm passionate about. But yeah, I mean, the story itself, I do really truthfully like congratulate Bungie for their storytelling because they've done a great job with it, to be honest. And it's intriguing, and a lot of, obviously, because you have My Name is Bife over here with millions of viewers, and on all of his lore videos, and I would think that's where a lot of people go for their lore and stuff like that. So I mean, obviously it's intriguing and it's important to some people, so but then there's me.
Then there's you.
I like to think of myself as like overall whole. Like I appreciate all the things inside of Destiny.
Yeah.
I really love PvP a lot. I really love PvE a lot, and I really like the story is what keeps me. It's like in the end, the story is literally what always keeps me around because I'm so invested in it.
That's what's kept me around, honestly. So like the story beats.
Yeah, I'm more intrigued with like story missions, like in-game playable story, I guess you could say. Like, all right, where's my next mission? What's the next mission? And not like a quest mission where it's like you go out into the patrols and shoot 50 dregs in the face, and then now you're gonna do something else. I want like load in, cutscene, do the mission, cutscene. Where's my next mission? Cutscene. That's like Taken King,
like traditional
had me wrapped
games
around their finger, like stuff like that, where there's actual like visual story and playable story all in one big, one big thing like that. And then it ties into the big raid as well too. That is where I'm just like, okay, I'm here. PvE is lit.
It's lit. So what other stuff? So I want to talk about PvP, like I really do. But before that, what other things outside of like before we get into that, because that's going to be an interesting discussion. Because there's been a lot of things happening on Twitter and people quitting Destiny and memes and all kinds of stuff because of PvP already this season. And it's only been a week.
Just adapt.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Just
it feels very
put a Band-Aid on
sitting
it.
with 3 PvP guys and I'm the PvE guy just smiling like, yeah, go on. Go on.
All that came was like, obviously, I think what we were all most excited about was, being able to transmog. There's like the new story stuff, and then there's the new 6-player activity, which you talked about, which is basically just killing stuff and then putting stuff in the middle.
Go through a puzzle, kill boss.
Yeah, then kill a boss and level up this stupid thing, artifact again, like we do every single season, which I am not a fan of. I think that's boring. But other than that, what other things came before we talk about? I don't remember. What loot? That's what I was gonna say. Loot. I know that you were pumped about this, Maddox.
Bunch of new guns to go after.
Have you guys got anything
as well too? I have literally been playing all day today with the new auto rifle from the mission or from the override. Chroma Fire or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a 720 RPM auto rifle. It sounds cool. It has great perk sets and stuff like that. It's just an interesting gun. It's like it brings you back to the old days in Destiny 1 where auto rifles were king, and it's like just feels really balanced, and I enjoyed it. I even brought it into trials the other night and was having fun with it as well. But all those guns, they look cool, they sound cool, they have a lot of different perk sets. That's one reason why I've been grinding to override this season, is to try to get all the different rolls and stuff like that. And even the slide shot grenade launcher as well too.
Nice.
That's a lot of fun. So
Man,
slide and get your whole grenade launcher back.
estimate.
I'd love to see it.
I'm like literally pulling Dim up over here because I got some guns so far that I like, but I can't remember. Like I already got a few things that I masterworked because they're
Okay.
they're pretty good. One of them is a grenade launcher, the one that goes in the what is it called?
Say it.
The ignition code. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's it. That's one you can roll slide shot
Oh,
on.
I don't have
There's
slide
a
shot.
nutty
Rip.
PvE and a PvP roll you can get.
One of the, I mean, of course, when trials coming out, there's a new SMG, which a lot of people are looking at.
Ooh, I'm trying to get that today.
It's very good. You can get a very good max range roll, and then of course, whenever it becomes an adept, able to become adept, then it's going to be even better because of the different perks that you can get, and the stat changes as well too with it being adept. And if you master work it, you get like +2 or 3 on everything. So
Oh heck yeah!
and then you can put an adept mod on it. So it's probably going to become the best SMG in the game, to be honest. But
I want to use it. I want to try to get one right after we finish this. But
Yeah.
I got a submachine gun, the Future Workout one, since they got those all drop again.
that one has a really good. There's actually like a secondary perk on that, which I haven't seen on an SMG in a long time, or even at all. But it's called like partial rounds, where like you slow the rate of fire, but you get extra damage.
Yeah, phase magazine.
Yeah, phase mag.
Phase mag. Okay,
Yeah, it
was
has
like
that because
partial mag.
mine has phase mag, feeding frenzy, and multi kill clip. That's just like
Yeah,
dropped the other
that's
day.
insane. Holy moly! Yeah,
So I'm hyped about
use
it
that.
because I love
Yeah.
submachine guns in PvE. So
that'd be really good for VOG as well too, for
Yes,
ad
sir.
clearing and stuff like
Exactly.
that. So
but that's what pumped me up. Like you guys were talking about before we even started this, was like that's what keeps most of us around is the loot.
it's the loot. Absolutely,
and they-
100%.
They like
That's-
just rained it on everyone.
And the
They
thing
even-
is, they're not reskins. Like it's
There are a lot of them that are very new. Yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
With new
There's
perks.
a few reskins, like a lot of the times the Crucible, the Vanguard, and the
yeah.
Gambit guns are all kind of just filtered with different skins and stuff like that. Like the new hand cannon looks like something from D1 or something. There's just not much with those. But like when it comes to the seasonal ones, like from the actual seasonal like override and stuff like that, those look badass. I mean, they look like space guns, and it's just that just shows that like how capable they are of making such beautiful weapons. And they have great perk rolls as well too. There's
They
a
brought
bunch.
back, I believe, the D1 swords too, because I got
They brought back the menagerie swords or whatever. The
I got Eternity's
the
Edge.
class specific
Yeah,
swords.
got that one to drop. Which
Yeah.
they changed it because now this one has the vortex frame on it, like the
Yeah,
falling
where you can
guillotine.
swipe it in a circle. Yeah, it
Yeah,
has the Dark Drinker move, which
Yep.
is really interesting. I just figured that out the other night. I got it. I was like, okay, I expected like the uppercut or whatever.
And they have new perks on that as well. So I'm like, all right. So many things, man.
There
So
is a
many
lot
things.
to go for. Truthfully, there's so much when it comes to guns in general. The armor is meh, but the weapons themselves, there is a lot of good rolls that I'm going for in specific, and it brings you to so many different places as well too. There's Gambit, there's Strikes with a GL, there's Crucible with a 180 hand cannon, which you can get a decent roll on. That might be good in the future if 180s ever get a buff. There's still the snipers and stuff like that from past seasons, and just so much, man. There's a lot of reason to play the game, but then there's a lot of reasons not to as well too. So,
Yeah.
That's right.
Let's talk
Plus,
about
this week's actually another big week because now you got, like Maddox said, Iron Banner's coming back. And he's excited about those weapons.
Oh
and
my
then
gosh.
We get VOG Saturday.
So you have
got a lot
literally
going on
like
this week.
half the amount of weapons coming out again. So like we think we already have more. Guess what? There's more.
and there's
coming.
99
more.
days left in the season,
Yes.
so we got a lot of time to get them.
So Iron Banner, what I'm really excited about is the new shotgun. I'm a big shotgun person. There's also a hand cannon as well too, and a sniper. So like you can't be much happier as a PvP main because you're getting all three of the weapons that a lot of people use in PvP. And then there's a machine gun as well too. But the shotgun is going to be a lightweight frame in the kinetic slot, which is something I've been looking for a replacement because of all the different quick draw changes. my kinetic shoddy has become irrelevant. It's really saddening. So that's something I'm kind of looking forward to. And it's Iron Banner. It's always a fun time to go in there and play Iron Banner with your friends and 6-stack and just mercy roll everyone like, like it's nobody's business. So
Noise
knows all about that. We get the clan together and we just vibe.
Yeah. We always
Just vibe.
There's always a different theme every Iron Banner.
There is.
We were like anime names one time, then we were like colors or so, I don't know.
We were
you guys-
shaders.
are you
We
guys
changed
one
our
of
names to
those
shader
people
names.
who just all use the same like main primary? Like everybody go in with I don't know, grenade launchers or whatever. Do you guys ever do that just to troll other
I
teams?
haven't. No.
I have
kinda
with,
just go
one
by normal.
Time.
I've done
One
it.
time.
Ooh, what'd you do? Who'd you do it with?
It was during Mountaintop meta. We did Mountaintop gnawing hunger on mistletoe.
Oh yes,
Oh,
I did that.
Lord.
I did that. I remember that. That was easy.
I've played once with like. There's been a few times that I played with like Patty Cakes and Brave Hero, like all these like PV and Appa, all these PvP gods. Like for whatever reason, they let me play with them, and they're like, "Let's all use Rat King this game." Okay, let's all use this blue gun this game, and we still ran these people. It was insane, but that's the only time I've
Yeah.
ever done it. They're like testing it for testing guns for videos or whatever.
For science, clearly.
For science.
For science.
No,
Science.
I'm Havoc. We have to ask you this question. You being the PVE guy, but our VOG. I mean, freaking D1's first ever raid is coming back to PC, so it's gonna look even better.
Yeah,
That's one thing I'm really
I'm
excited
gonna.
about.
I'm changing my settings to 30 FPS for it.
Okay, I don't
just
know why
play
you do that,
PS4.
but- yeah, just play your PS5. You just got. Come on, dude. But yeah, you got all the new weapons coming back. You even have what they've leaked to be like a hard mode version of it coming in later in the time as well too, with time lost weapons.
Yeah.
So those are
which
looked at
I'm
as like
kinda
almost like
intrigued.
adept.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Adept.
thinking.
I would think of some type of maybe exotic perks or something like that. But
Or maybe like they'll give
What do
like
you
how
think?
in well, see, but the time loss, is people speculating how they did it in D1 towards the end, where they had the exotic version. Let's say if they Fatebringer with the elemental, and then
I'm
the
not
legendary
sure.
version without the elemental. Is that going to be the difference? Anybody know that?
I don't know if
the
it'd be
time loss?
exotic, but the elemental change could definitely be a thing. But now there is elemental primaries,
Yeah.
unlike in D1 when they changed that all around. So I don't know. It very
Yeah,
well
I'm
could.
excited.
I think it's more so just going to be an adept typed version. You know how they have adept trials weapons.
Right.
I think it's more so just going to be
Just
something
give it
like
a little
that.
snazzy name. Time
Yeah.
lost. Yeah,
Time
I'm
lost
definitely gonna
version.
do it day one when I stream, 9 p.m. Central. And yeah, never did a day one raid before with my clan, so that's gonna be a lot of
Nice.
fun. And it's
Like,
it's
you're
a
doing
raid
it
that
day
we're
one?
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're not gonna do it at launch,
But like in the evening.
but we're gonna do it that because being that like if there, I think there's like a 24-hour emblem, we'll knock it out. It's
There
VOG.
is, yes.
They'll add some nuances here and there, but like back in D1, we all played VOG nonstop, so we're very familiar with it. So, but yeah, I mean, we're just gonna have fun. We're in no hurry to like get it done super quick. So yeah,
Do you think it's going to be the same, or is there going to be changes? And if there is changes, what do you think there's going to be?
I think they're gonna add in. I hope there's changes, but I think they're not new enemy types, but the what's the word?
Champions.
The champions.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we don't see
I
any.
will not be surprised, maybe for not the normal version, but for the hard version, when you go through the Gorgon maze, they put the Vex chickens in there.
Wyverns.
The
Oh
wyverns. That would be
no, they're totally
crazy.
gonna. I didn't even think of that. They're
like
totally
wyvern, like Gorgons or something like
sprinkling them
that.
all over that raid.
So just Gorgons with the legs, and just they spot you and they just freaking leap, like freaking like a Zelda.
Here's what I'm hoping for with changes. Of course, I feel like there just has to be champions. That's how they make this game hard. They put champions. I think that's going to be definitely one thing, but I feel like there might be some different mechanics with the bosses,
Like
especially with the Templar. I feel like that is just such a simple thing when it comes to VOG. I'd be very surprised if it's the same exact.
Yeah, because we can all just sleep or
maybe
just block the spawn and you just melt them down.
Well, yeah, there's that, but maybe there's gonna be. I don't know. Like, I truthfully can't really think of anything that I would change off the top of my head. But
I mean, I'll be honest. I hope there are some surprise changes just to mix it up a little bit.
yeah,
It's like, oh, okay, that's neat. All right, I see what they did there. But I mean, I guess it remains to be seen, honestly. But
I
yeah,
just
I'm
hope it's
looking
not
forward to it.
like a Scourge race where Scourge was like done in like an hour and a half. You know, It's VOG.
I think it's gonna
I
be.
can guarantee it will be done under 2 hours. I could guarantee it.
I'd be very surprised if it doesn't, but I'm hoping for it not to be. Okay.
But that's the thing. Then correct me if I'm wrong, but as soon as someone completes it, that the race is not over, right?
Yeah,
that unlocks. They got to do the that unlocks the triumphs or whatever. So like, just because you complete it first doesn't mean your world's first, because then it unlocks the triumphs portion, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I'm also really hoping for like a hard mode-esque vibe with the difficulty changes, with like no revives. That would be that. I just think that all the raids, like once you got through the first completion, there's not much difficulty with them in
Definitely
Destiny.
not.
In
Definitely
Destiny
not.
1 or Destiny 2. Other than like teaching new people, of course, like shirking and stuff like that. But like taking your clans, your friends, and all that stuff that's been through it 5 or 6 times, it's just like it's just not much. There's not much you're doing, or other than just getting the loot. You know, there's no challenge to it.
That's why I like D1 raids hard mode, because when you
That's
die,
what I'm saying.
There's no revive. You have to sit out there, and people got a 5-man it, so there was that urgency of you have to stay alive. Whereas now you got your tokens, and just got to be smart, obviously. But yeah, I think for the hard mode version or whatever, take out revives. Obviously, would be number one.
Be more champions, more different things like that, more shields and elemental shields and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'd like to see a different jumping puzzle as well too. You guys remember how like right before boss there was the floating things you have to jump down? I hope that part's different.
Oh, you drop down and you got to climb against the wall to make it to the last part. Yeah,
I hope that part's a little different. But I don't know. It's gonna be VOG. Right.
We'll
see. Yes, the mystery chest at
7th or whatever it was.
Yeah,
who knows?
Finally gonna put it there, right?
We'll see. I'm just excited to explore it, because again, it was just as like beautiful as the Cosmodrome looks on PC and stuff like that when they brought back all the old stuff, all the old strikes. I'm just curious to see how beautiful it looks on PC. Because we all experienced it. We all experienced that on 30 frames, Xbox 360 or Xbox or PS3. Like that's when everybody experienced VOG for the first time. And now, was it on PS4?
Yeah,
or was
it
it
on PS4.
It was okay.
This game launched on PS4 also.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was like that was like a transition they had to make or not. But no, I mean, even then, like the difference, we're all on 150 frames with 1080p, 1440p, whatever. Dude, imagine how beautiful this raid's gonna look.
Hey, I'm gonna be able to play in a 4K 60 frames, so I'm happy.
There you go.
Can't complain.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just think that Destiny's such a beautiful game in itself that it doesn't get enough credit for, and it's just gonna be like, it's gonna bring back so many memories. One, because it's from where we all started,
right?
So that's kind of more
before that gate opens, man. Everybody's covering those little 3 plates and just sitting there mowing them down to that door.
The Praetorians rushing you with their
Yeah,
and then I get to tell everybody my spire is forming.
Yes.
right. Oh, I was waiting for someone to say it. Thank you.
My spire's forming.
My spire is forming.
Yeah, that's right,
Yes,
Deranged.
sir.
Yeah. So yeah, Sunsinger. That used to be a crutch for D1. Sunsinger Warlocks. Now that that's not a thing. So
yeah.
definitely.
We'll see, man.
We also have revive tokens, so we basically are all.
When it comes to hard
Sunsingers.
mode, like yeah.
If they do that, I mean, they've never done a non token thing in Destiny 2.
Didn't they do that for Leviathan? Leviathan Hard? There was no tokens, right?
Your tokens was taken if you got rezzed or you rezzed someone.
Okay, so
you basically had
if you
half.
died, not only do you lose the token that you revived, but so you lost 2 tokens basically.
Yeah, you lost the person that was dead, and you lost the person that revived it.
That's kind of like, that's very detrimental right there, man. You're losing 2 tokens right out the gate as soon as you die. So I would not be surprised if they did something similar to that. I think it'd be smart not to have the token system for hard mode.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, we have what is it? We're gonna have weekly Pinnacle missions. Has you guys seen that? We used to have, we had the Harbinger and we have Presage, whatever you want to call it. And now they're gonna have weekly ones. So, and I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about a possible new dungeon as well too that they haven't talked about.
Crota.
I'm like, dude, there's no way they don't make Crota a dungeon, right? Like
it is. It's basically a dungeon at this point.
I just saw that a lot of people were like, there's been a lot of hints at a new dungeon coming out this season, and which would be fantastic, by the way. I love dungeons and how their replayability and stuff like that are. But I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff coming out this season. And even just in the last few days, there's been a lot of talks about leaks as well, too. There's been a lot of leaks. I don't know if you guys have been looking at those at all. But
I went down the rabbit hole on that one.
I try to stay away.
Yeah, I'm trying to as well, too.
I couldn't.
It's like I ruin so many things for myself. So if I can like at least stay away from any like story bit or mission bit, I like try to stay away from it.
I'm weak.
Like guns,
I'm weak,
day one.
I'm weak. If I see a leak and I see a link, I'm gonna click on it. It's just
literally Tuesday. I was just like theory crafting every roll I wanted on every weapon. Like I was like, okay, this is in here. What are the perks on it? Okay, like this is what I want. Like I just ruined it for me, but whatever.
Well, that's the excitement as well, too, is getting all these new guns is going for it. Because not everybody gets the God roll on their first try, you know? So you got to keep on doing the same thing over and over and over again until you get what you want. Especially NoiseTank. NoiseTank's RNG is the absolute worst. I don't know if you guys do that or not, but how many runs did it? Do you even have the rocket launcher yet?
No. I still don't have the rocket. I don't have the rocket.
I've got 2 drops in 12 runs right out the gate. How's that feel?
Damn.
That's right.
That's not very nice.
Literally we brought our clanmate through her first one, and I was like, she's gonna get it on the first try. And she did, and she
First
just
ever,
won't
and
let
she
me
got it.
Live it down.
Wow.
Still to this day, she memes me. I'm like, yeah.
But it's moments like that that just make you smile, though. Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
yeah, maybe.
Gotta be happy for him.
I don't know. When you have as bad as RNG as I do,
I wouldn't be
That
happy
game
for
is
it.
friendship noise.
I don't
That
get
game
happy
is
for
friendship.
people when it comes to getting gear that I want. Like, screw you.
I have notoriously bad.
Before we move on to the next topic, I want to ask Noise this question because a couple guests ago he had a huge hot take on this. So I'm kind of curious. What are your favorite raids? What is your favorite D1 raid? What's your favorite D2 raid? And what's your favorite Destiny raid overall?
So, for sure, the D1 rate, most of them are my favorites.
Okay.
Probably it's like nostalgia. Vogue is probably number one. But
Okay.
if I didn't have like rose tinted glasses, then I think Wrath of the Machine would be number one.
Okay.
And then King's Fall is probably like 2 or 3, just because like King's Fall was actually the first raid that we actually did it in the first 24 hours. My team back in D1, and I was like sherping people back in. That was like the raid I knew like the back of my hands. So like
Right.
I really liked King's Fall. After a while, it got to be much because it's like. It's one of those raids where it's like it's long, but it doesn't
long,
get any
yeah.
faster because of the mechanics of the raid. Like
Yeah.
you're not like making a better time because you're better. You just
can
have to
respect
wait
that.
for the mechanics. Yeah, but I mean,
I think that's what
Coda's
made it a good raid, though. I think to me that's what made it a good raid is all the different encounters, all the different loot you can get. It looked fantastic. The armor is still some of the best armor ever created in Destiny, if you ask me.
Light bulb
but-
Warlock. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
just
right.
like, and then the challenge mode once that came out. Let's not even talk about how fantastic all the Age of
buggy.
Triumph just looked. But
You remember how
it-
buggy Oryx was? Because you
Yes.
had to have like the 4 orbs up on each thing.
And freaking
Yeah.
teleporting freaking ogres, man.
20
Yeah, trying to melt them down
FPS.
and they-
Like,
yeah.
God,
yeah,
my
FPS
ogre
drop.
teleported, wipe, and you just have to
wild.
jump off the. It's terrible.
Why?
That was the one raid that I actually like. So I was that's whenever I was in college. I was in community college at the time, and that was the one raid where I didn't have class on Tuesday. I only went to class on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So on Tuesday, I wake up and I do whatever, and then once reset came, my homies hopped on. Tuesday, we run all 3 characters through the raid. And like that was one I was like excited to actually get up and do all 3 raids right then and there, and then we even help and stuff like that, and help the
Reset
clanmates and
was
stuff
like
like that.
5 in the morning, 6 in the morning.
Yeah, it was like I think I got up around like 9 or whatever, and it was reset and ready to go. So, and then we played Trials on the weekend. It was like it was just one of those raids that like will sit with me until the end of time, like as a video game, because of just how much I played it and how much I actually enjoyed it. So, and the loot you got from it as well too.
Right on. What about D2 noise? Like Eddie, what's your favorite D2 raid if you had to pick one?
D2, honestly, D2, I actually like really fell off with the rating because
Okay.
Leviathan, I thought when Leviathan first came out, I actually really liked like the explorative factor of it. I thought it was cool that we had to like explore this giant ship and do everything. But then like once you figured out like, oh, you can just go this way or whatever, and then you do dogs and bath and whatever. I don't know. Leviathan I didn't really care for it. Spire of Stars didn't really care for it. Eater of Worlds didn't really care for it.
Last Wish.
Last Wish is a fantastic raid.
Yes.
I think because the other 3 raids before it like put such a sour taste in my mouth for raiding that I had really low expectations for Last Wish, so I didn't even bother to like do it like first week. I think I ended up doing it like 3 weeks after. I think Last Wish is probably the best D2 raid, maybe.
Okay.
I like DSC a lot because I actually got back into raiding again with DSC, and like Sam and I did.
We did day 1.
We did day 1, and that was.
I just wanted to make sure you didn't say anything outrageous, like saying Spire of Stars is the best Destiny.
Oh gosh, yes. Smactix had a great hot take about that
Oh
one.
man.
I mean, a lot of like the I guess like the Sherpas and like the speedrunners, like a lot of them like Spire of Stars because of it was like actually like hard, but
Yeah.
I like this
You
guy.
got 2 guns. Only 2 guns dropped from it, by the way.
I think is the best raid.
It's in my top 5. It's in my top 5.
I agree. There was by the way, we still have to get our day 1 team ready. I don't know if you're aware of that, but
Yeah, I actually have Saturday, Sunday off for that.
nice,
So-
perfect. There we go, gamers.
Gavin and Liv aren't going to be around, I don't think.
Yeah. Let's see.
So we talked about the TWAB.
I'm
everybody's
surprised you haven't brought up
experience.
PvP. PvP is why is everyone so mad
Yeah.
about it?
It's the same thing though, isn't it? Like beating a dead
Yeah,
horse
I mean,
at this
it's
point?
there's so playing PvP as we all know, there's cheaters, and they're not any better, they're not any worse. You know, they're still just as terrible. There's things that just blow your mind that you play against that are somehow non-detectable by the working anti-cheat. And if you're not watching, I did air quotations with that because there's a lot of there's a lot to think about that it's not working. But I mean, Trials came out with new loot. It came out at a small amount of wins. You go 3 wins, you get the new SMG that's going to be very good for PvE and or PvP. But other than that, I mean, like, that's about the only thing going for Trials at the moment. The sniper came back with a lot of different roles, but they took away all like the good, like all the crucible roles that you want are all in the same column.
Didn't they do there you can get it with snapshot, no distractions. That's my role, baby.
Yeah.
There's also a new perk that's kind of nuts.
There is.
That Han was talking about.
We're talking about tunnel vision.
Yeah.
So every kill you get, you get increased acquisition and handling.
Yeah, greatly increase. It's like plus 30 target acquisition. Or
That's
something.
crazy.
It's gonna be a 6's nightmare.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think IF Soul is top 2 snipers in the game.
I have like
for Crucible.
the OG God roll of Eye of Soul, like opening shot, snapshot.
Yeah, I have that one as well too. That one's pretty nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, you have the same loot, the same armor that you're pushing for. So, and you get to 5 or 6 wins, and then bam, your whole night's ruined because you have 99% headshot. Gamer coming up with his 2 gamers that don't have any clue what the hell they're doing, and you just can't do nothing about it.
The people that aren't cheating should buy lag switches, and then we can lag switch the cheaters once we realize
There
they're
you go.
cheating.
Cheat the cheaters.
Exactly. I would. I wouldn't feel bad at all if I cheated the cheater. Not like with
But it's always the second person who cheats gets caught. So you might be trying to pay it back.
I'll
but
go to
Bungie will
court.
penalize you for it. And
I'll fight Bungie in court. I'll do it for the greater good.
The greater
Oh, okay.
Where there's just a statue of Luke in the tower because he's the one that banished all the cheaters from Destiny 2. All hail bearded Luke.
Oh my god.
He's the hero.
We finally wiped the game of the scum.
I'm just in a court. We must. The liability. We win.
Objection.
Objection.
Oh goodness.
There's actual just computers as the the hackers are actual just computer screens. You feel
Right.
me?
I don't know, man. It's really draining when you see all this stuff come out for PvE, all the new weapons, all the new gun or all the new armor, and 6v6 stuff or sixes and stuff like I don't know. It's just there's no change for PvP for the better. There's just here's more stuff. You know, here's the same thing you were grinding for last weekend. Here's the same map. Here's the same trials, the same comp. It's just
you know what really bothers me too is that there's so many people on Twitter now or like in the community that are just like, well, if you guys aren't enjoying the game, then just play a different game. And like, I actually can't stand that. I can't stand when somebody tells me to go play a different game. I'm like,
yeah, well, one, don't tell me what the hell to do because I'm a grown ass man and I can do whatever the hell I want.
Right. Just mute me, dude. If you don't want to listen to me complain, then just mute me or unfollow me. I don't care. Like, it's my platform. I'm going to say what I want to say. If you don't like it, then don't follow me. I don't.
And all we're doing, I mean, one, we play this game because we love it and it's literally part of our history. And we've been playing it for 7 straight freaking years, you know? And I think here's one thing that I think a lot of people don't understand is the PvP world is pissed off because we know how great this game can be. You know, it's the little things that we're the community that there's community managers that are supposed to be listening to the community for the changes that are better for their game. And then whenever we're preaching all these damn changes on Twitter and the forums, and then they go around and do exactly what we ask them not to do, it's really fucking annoying because all we want is the game to be good and to play it with a smile on our face with all of our communities, you know, coming together and enjoying it. But you just can't. And it's frustrating. And that's why everybody's out here getting frustrated as hell, trying to create a whole movement of hashtag nerf stasis because damn it, that's just what it's come down to. And
there was leaks though. Did you see there was leaks for some stuff coming? I don't know. I didn't read any of it.
But why has that not been said? Why can't you have told us that 6 months ago?
Work there? I don't know.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I'm just theorizing. Like, imagine how great the community would be thinking right now 6 months ago when they talked about how great PvP is going to be and that we're actually focusing on it. And I promise, listen, we're listening, blah, 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 blah. In 8 months, there will be a working anti-cheat and you will not have to worry about another cheater in the history of Destiny. Just imagine if we saw that in the TWAB.
I think that's what makes most of the PV guys upset is they're just say something. Say that
transparency is not there, man. Like
this is the thing is like this has been Bungie since D1. Like their transparency, like it's gotten so much like leaps and bounds better. I mean, the community managers used to not even talk to any of us. Right. Nobody. They didn't talk to any of us. Like they didn't say anything. So it's gotten a lot better. But like, there's still things. It's like you look at like literally any other like game developer, and their community manager, like the Gears of War community, like all of them, like they like hang out with like their players and stuff, and like have these conversations with them on Twitter or have them like invite them to do all these things. I'm like, yeah, I know we have like the summits or whatever, but like we don't ever get to hear anything of like the conversations that come from that or whatever.
Yeah, we just get to hear people bragging that they were invited.
Oh, I was at this thing.
You guys have so many great things coming for Destiny. I cannot wait to share it with you.
But I can't tell you because you weren't there.
I can't tell you. I just want to let you know I was invited.
You weren't there. Yeah. I was.
That's great. I don't know. I just look at other communities and other games, and I'm just like, man, like another game like For Honor, their community managers are like dope. Like their community managers are so sick, and they have like completely reworked that game for the better because of things like that. And it's like, I don't know. I just
can't. I mean, I guess with my experience, I'm thinking of like Valorant and Call of Duty because they had cheating problems as well too. And this is all for me. This is just cheating. Like that's all I'm talking about. Like that's what I want fixed. Yeah. That's my main priority. And I think that's a lot of people as well too. And I'm certainly not bashing anybody in the community because I don't know nothing when it comes to coding, when it comes to anything that they do. I am just a player of the game that wants what's great for it, and I know its potential, and I know that this game can be fantastic, and it can bring a lot of eyes. I mean, there's still, 10K plus viewers on Twitch, and that's not even counting the YouTube views that this game gets. That's not even counting Facebook gaming, all the streaming different platforms. But I just want to know that they give a shit, that we're all not just wasting our time in PvP, playing trials, building communities are based around PvP, and then 3 months later, I don't really give a shit about PvP. You know, you just wasted 2 years of your life. You know, and it screws everybody else's success. Me recently being in the trials help, I'm trying to base my community around, you know, trials, and I want what's good for it. And then I get to game 6 and I'm about to have a person go flawless for the first time. And then I have someone that teleports to my spawn every first round and shoots me with a grenade launcher, and then teleports to cap section and has a super already in the first round. Imagine how demoralizing that is, man. I mean, it's terrible.
Just play another game, addicts. Just play another game.
Yeah, just adapt, man. Hashtag just adapt.
Just
Let's get that freaking trending. Shit.
They got you,
I
though.
hear you, man.
Because no matter what, everybody can say they're going to quit. Everybody's mad. But the second that they overhaul everything and fix everything, y'all are going to be sitting there like, all right, cool.
And guess what? I'm still playing Destiny every day.
I know.
And I think that's what a lot
You're
of people
going to
don't
play no
understand,
matter
is
what.
I still love this game for what it is, and I still enjoy it. I was grinding Override for about 6 hours today after having 3 hours of sleep. Like, I'm still up here playing this game because I freaking love it. And guess what? I will probably be the last person on the Twitch directory streaming this game because that's how much I freaking love it. Like, it's just like we just want what's good for it. We know its potential, and we know how good this game can be, and they've proven it with the storytelling, with you know, adding all these cool weapons in and stuff like that. Like, it's obviously it's possible, and it's just like we just want it, man. I want this game to be the top Twitch game, everything, because I love it that much.
I have a theory. I don't think nothing's happening. I think that they're working deeply behind the scenes on something, like for the last like 3 years. Like, I think when Destiny 1 came out, they had this as just like a bonus PvP thing. It was way more exciting than people thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. And then they didn't know how to handle it because they didn't have a team, like a big enough team for it. And then the same thing happens in D2. Then Activision splits, and then COVID happens. I think that they, like, and this is just completely just like my random thoughts. I think that they've built an entire new Crucible PvP team, like hired like lots of people, and are building an entire new thing, and they're just like trying to get it exactly how they want it because they don't want to hear us complain literally for another 3 years about how terrible the new thing that they worked really hard on was, and then
trials
launch it. Like, that's what I think. That's the optimist in me. I think that's going to happen, to be honest, with how big of a company they are. And
I mean, you gotta think they have. I mean, we've been talking about this God knows how long. Like, they have to have something in the works. Maybe that's why they're being so quiet, because they don't want to be set up for disappointment, I guess.
If you're a big business that's successful, you're not going to not listen to the people that pay you to make your business successful forever. Yeah, they're not listening now, but they're not going to do that forever. They've got to change it. Like, and if they don't, then whoever's listening to this in the future can say, Luke, you're an idiot. You have no idea what you're talking about. I just think like, if I was running the business, I'd be like, all right, we have a really strong idea of what we want PvP to be, but we don't want to like necessarily tease something that's not going to be out the way that we particularly want it. Because whenever I do something, I want it to be perfect and like just the way I need it to be. And I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's like the most optimistic thing I can say. I don't think that you should adapt. I think everybody should be just as mad as possible. I think people should quit the game because it's not better. Like, it's healthy. It's healthier.
Fell in love with.
You know, it's healthier for your mental health. If it's like literally like ruining your content, if you're doing that for a living, like there's all kinds of stuff that go into that. I just really hope that they change it, because I do know the passion of this game. I know how much people love it. I love it. I mean, we're sitting here doing a podcast about a video game, for goodness sakes. So that's my 2 cents. I don't have. I love PvP, and I don't get to play. I'm more casual now than I was before, and it's kind of like seasonal for me. Sometimes I'm like all in all the time because I have more time, and when I'm not, I'm just happy to get in. But I do have the exact frustrations once I do. Like tonight when I play trials, I'm gonna be pissed because there's gonna be things that are happening that I don't like.
I'm gonna wait for the tweet. I'm waiting for the tweet.
Waiting for those clips to come out.
The clips.
I'm turning noties on.
So yeah. What about you? Yeah.
Go ahead. No, if NoiseTank
I was going to see if Noise wanted to put his 2 cents in on this whole thing.
I mean, cheaters are definitely a big gripe of mine too. But I think and I've been like trying to like ask this point a lot to like some of like the community managers. Like, during Forsaken, we had so Kevin Yanes or Tocom on Twitter. He was actually a part of the PvP sandbox team. John Wisniewski, and I can't remember the other dude's name, but they were like the 3 PvP leads, and then they had like a team of people that were working on PvP from like Warmind until they split with Activision, because once they split with Activision during like in Shadowkeep or whatever.
Yeah, it was just before Shadowkeep.
John Wisniewski left. The other, I really wish I could remember the other. I think his name was Sean. I can't remember exactly what his name was. But they both left, and they were like the actual like PvP leads. Like one was like Crucible Sandbox designer, and the other was like a similar role. And then Tocom was like under them. So Tocom promoted to be just sandbox designer, not for PvP. They left, and then their whole team just like also disbanded. They had like 4 or 5 Crucible people like leave. So since then, they haven't like, oh, like this is so and so who's going to be your new, like our new PvP leader. Like literally, like we have no idea who works on PvP right now. Like there's no, like we don't have like a face or like a Twitter or any sort of person that's like actually like, I'm a PvP design leader or whatever, where we had that like before. And I think since then is like, it's gone worse and worse and worse.
Yeah,
and if you ask a lot of people
behind PvP.
Exactly. And if you ask a lot of people too, like who will put up like, I know Twitter is just like one, community. There's like the Reddit community and the forums and all that. But like a lot of people will say like the Forsaken meta for PvP was like one of the best, minus the outliers like One-Eyed Mask and stuff like that. But like the gunplay itself was like the best that we've had. And it's just like since then it's just gotten worse and worse. And it feels like they don't want they don't want a skill gap. That's why we have these ridiculous grenade launchers have only gotten worse. Like stasis has only gotten worse. Like I don't know. It's just really frustrating. I just want there to be like a skill gap enough to where there's like, you're like, okay, these players are like, they're like the best in the game. And like, we love watching these players because they're the best in the game, not because they use the cheesiest shit in the game,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just want there to be a skill gap. And it just feels like they've just like tried to make it like smaller and smaller, like quick draw nerf, that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
The stasis, like we're nerfing stasis, but then we added these whole new aspects that are even more broken than the last ones we had, which people are like, oh, well, those have been in development probably since Beyond Light, which I understand. But if like a whole community was just like complaining about how bad stasis is,
now they're making armor, like exotic armor pieces that could try to combat
right
stasis.
But like, why wouldn't they like these new aspects, like the new hunter one? So like they nerfed Duskfields, they nerfed Shatter Dive, all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If this was too hot to release, then why wouldn't you just release it later in the season when you've tuned it? Like, I don't know. It just seems like a weird design decision. Like, oh snap, we have these new aspects coming out that are going to be even better than the stuff we just nerfed. Why would we release that? Because it's just going to piss people off. And now look at it. Like, tons of people are obviously pissed. I mean, I feel like the Destiny community baby rages at anything anyway, but
yeah, it could be great and everybody be pissed.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, fair. I don't
Sometimes,
know. It was
sometimes.
just like weird. It's just weird. I don't know. It's just a weird design decision, I think. And now they're like, oh, but don't worry, we're gonna fix the inaccuracy penalties from slow. And it's like, great, but like if I'm getting tracked by a homing cold snap grenade that's even worse than the original, like why is that gonna matter?
It looks like a tsunami coming at you around the corner.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It looks
nuts.
Scary.
Yeah, and the Duskfield grenades are like pre-nerf Duskfield grenades now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen those. That's ridiculous though.
Yeah, I mean, ugh.
I just don't understand some of their design decisions. It's just so weird. Like, and then like they nerf 120s, but like look at DMT. Like DMT it's insane how easy that gun is.
Yep. I never would have thought a scout rifle would bust Destiny up like this, to be honest.
Like Mida used to. I mean, Mida busted up at the beginning.
Yeah, Mida used to be a thing. Yeah.
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 It's just weird, man. They just like, they're like, yeah, we're looking at it, but it's like, when are we gonna get it? 2 or 3 months from now. Like, sick.
Yeah. Witch Queen.
Now just imagine when people start getting Vex Mythoclast. See if kind of state that gun will
Lasering
be
everybody
in,
up.
honestly.
I can actually only imagine how broken that's gonna be.
Have you seen the perk for it?
I have not.
The perk is it's on like D2 Gunsmith or like .gg. You can look at it. It's interesting.
Great.
Interesting.
You got my curiosity now. Okay.
Yeah. Dude, I just plant that seed. I can't help myself.
See,
Yeah.
I told you, man.
It's kind of like Thorn and Lumina in the sense of like get a kill to do X thing. So it's kind of like that, but it has like the reload thing that Cerberus has or something like that.
Interesting. Interesting. I mean, we all know how broken that gun was when it first came out in D1. So
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
very broke.
actually, I had it week 1 when it was broken.
Oh, you got to use it.
must
when
be
it
nice.
first-
I got to use it.
I'm
I
looking
have
at
like a
these perks,
super old
man.
gameplay. I have like a 62 bomb in Crucible.
Oh
with
my
gun,
gosh.
dude.
How many hate messages did you get? during
Oh
those
man,
times?
you know what's funny? I've actually playing like on console, like in D1, like getting way more hate messages on there than I have like on Steam. Well, on BattleNet, I used to get hate messages all the time. Now on Steam, they have to like friend request you or comment on your profile, and people are too lazy. I'm just like, man,
Gotcha.
I just want you to hate me. It's fine. It fuels me.
I just PvP is gonna always be my passion, and I always want it to get better and better each time, you know, and I want it to improve. So seeing that every season comes out and there's something that's, you know, just absolutely crazy broken, it's just all right, here we go again. You know, the same thing we've dealt with for the past 6 months is waiting for something to be fixed, you know.
Yeah.
But
I like too how it was like, you know, they were like, oh, now with the new update from Beyond Light, they're able to push out updates quicker or fixes quicker, which they've been really good about with a lot of things. But like, unless it's like super broken for PvP, they still just like
Telesto being
months.
disabled for like
right.
the
So they
100th time.
disabled that perk, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's like so broken. They're like, okay, we have to disable that. But this like accuracy penalty from being slowed, it's been what, 6 months now, 7 months? Like, come on, man. Like, I'm not a designer either.
That was
obviously, I don't know how that works, but like, it just seems to me like people have been talking about the inaccuracy penalty from being slowed since November.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of May. Like,
yeah.
You think there'd be a meeting on Mondays where it's like, all right, 1.2 million people have tweeted at us about this specific
Right.
thing. Maybe we should look at it and not be like, instead they're like in that meeting, they're like,
Go away.
let's
tell me
add
a new
a new aspect. Exactly.
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to like discredit that they don't do those things, because I'm sure they do, but it's
Yeah.
always like
Mhm.
we have a fix down in the pipeline, and it's like, dude, the pipeline is like, that's like a 3 to 6 to 9 month like
That pipe is
pipeline we're
starting to
talking
get- that
about
pipe
here.
is
Like,
starting
this
to get
shit is
clogged,
long.
man.
Yeah,
That
that
pipe's
pipe
starting to get
that pipe
clogged.
goes underwater
Yeah.
from California to England.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
there was
just
also
like,
that
man.
you mentioned the thing this past weekend. Let me just tell you what happened. There's a new seasonal mod, something to do where your Firefly chain reaction or some type of other perk does more damage. And guess what? It was bugged because it worked with guns that don't have those perks. One being Telesto, by the way, where
They just need to
Telesto,
delete that gun.
dude, it's always
for
Telesto.
real.
It's literally
Remember in Blind
always
Well, it got
Telesto.
you through it quicker
Yeah.
when you shot.
Yeah.
No, tier 3s are the easiest thing in the history of the world. Yeah. And also that, and also symmetry. Symmetry was a big thing as well too. You could literally just change into the like the other operating, you know, fire, and 2-tap people with it, and it tracks you, by the way, around corners, hip firing. So let me just point that out. And then guess what? So they actually disable it mid trials weekend, but it still worked because if you didn't take it off your character or if you didn't change your weapon, it was still bugged.
Oh my
So
gosh.
3 hours later, you're still facing people that are cheesing that mod, which is, it's terrible.
Destiny in a nutshell.
Yep.
Yep.
I was like, they literally bungeed a bungee to like a bungee, like they bungeed themselves with that choice, and it's just like how it's just whatever. You could still see it on the people's character, but it was like grayed out, and it was like, oh okay, yeah, they finally disabled it, and then bam, the next player you get, you're still getting Telestoed for 100 damage.
One Telesto popcorn is killing a behemoth. Like,
yeah, it was crazy, but that's about it with Destiny.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we
Iron
covered
Banner
it all.
comes out on Tuesday. VOG comes out on Saturday. There's a big week ahead of us, guys.
I'm pumped for Iron Banner. I'm not gonna get to play VOG on Saturday. Maybe after the wedding I'm shooting, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I really want to play.
They're gonna give us a returning map with the Iron Banner.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
So, I don't think they're going to because we haven't had a map in what, a year and a half now or something.
maybe.
Fragment was the last one. So
if you were to bring a returning map, which map would you hope to get?
Asylum. 100%.
I love that map.
Frontier. I like Frontier. That was my favorite.
Frontier and Trials just sounds like pain though.
Oh, I'm not talking about Trials. I'm just talking about in general. Like I would like to play on that map again.
Yeah. Well, remember they brought back like Distant Shore, Convergence, and like I think
Twilight
there's
Gap.
one other one. Yeah, and that was all like Iron Banner. Here's a returning map. Iron Banner. Here's a returning map. And they haven't done that. And I just like, dude, like such a missed opportunity. Like your PvP community is just begging for something. Like,
Yeah.
give us something.
Yeah, they brought back Anomaly as well too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's like my 1% wishful thinking is maybe we'll get Asylum or something with Iron Banner because it's all we've done is complain about not having maps.
Yeah, I would like to see a different game mode. Like, I'm sick and tired of Control, because I think that's where a lot of the like mercy rules and stuff come from. Is it being Control? If it was Clash, yeah, there'd probably still be a mercy rule, but it'd be a lot less likely.
It's because of the lockdown mechanic.
Yeah,
like
the better team's gonna triple cap one time, pop all their supers, win. Dumb.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would like to see like how they did. They did D1. They had like Rift and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Rift,
I'd like to see some variety here and there.
I miss Rift.
I think we all do. I think objective-based game modes
Rift
are
is
missed in the better sense.
not Countdown though. Countdown is just.
I would like to see it playable at least.
They just need to like come up with something that it's like, okay, Destiny is a space magic movement game. How can we incorporate that into an objective mode, right? And like Rift is like kind of that.
Yeah,
just do something like that.
I'd like to see that.
I agree. All right, Luke, anything else? Anything else we want to talk about before we end this episode?
I don't think so. I think we got to talk a lot about where we're at. I feel I'm pumped. I'm glad to hear your opinions on stuff, Noise. It was nice to get to know you a little bit tonight, a little bit more.
Same, man. Same.
We'll have to play soon.
We get to like finally hang out. Yeah.
Yeah, this is where it happened to be. This is my no matter what during the week, I will be right here. So if you ever want to hang out again, just come be a guest.
Right.
But I think that it's gonna be a long season. To be honest, I hope there's some nice surprises. Each week, but I think maybe these first 8 weeks will be exciting, and then after that, wait, how many days is 99 days? How many weeks is 99 days? Was that like 12 weeks?
That's a little over 3 months.
Yeah. So I think that the first half is gonna be really great, and then the second half is gonna be really boring, just like always. But I'm more interested in like what happens next season. Is this the third season of the year or the fourth season of the year?
We're in the third season.
Third. So there's one more like contracted, right, with what we paid for when Beyond Light came out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that'll get us.
Let's go.
Yeah, and then who knows what's gonna happen after that. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about the future. I'm really hoping that something crazy comes out within this season about PvP for you guys. I mean, me too, because I'm excited. I want PvP to change as well, but I really feel for you guys.
It doesn't even have to be a season.
Just words.
Just simply just a statement.
A statement.
Anything at this point.
Literally.
Anything.
Literally.
Focus on PvP.
Yeah. But all right, NoiseTank, why don't you let us know where we can find you, what projects you're working on, and what you're excited about with your content before we go.
Yeah. So Currently, I don't have a set schedule with streaming. I usually stream like 4 or 5 days a week, but it's kind of broken up in times. That is twitch.tv/NoiseTank. I shitpost on Twitter quite a bit. I'm very active on my Twitter, probably too much. That is twitter.com/NoiseTank with 2 Ks at the end.
We got you.
And I also have a YouTube. I have unfortunately only posted 1 video because I kind of like incorporate like fashion with like a PvP build, and like since transmog has come out, it's like I'm like reworking a whole video now that I had like already like finished basically. So there's gonna be more of that. That's same thing. It's just NoiseTank, youtube.com/NoiseTank. You can find it there. That's it.
Let me ask you one thing before you go. I've been wanting to ask this whole time. Which tattoo is your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Yes, I have 2 favorites. So one you can't see because it's on the back of my calf, but it's actually a Destiny tattoo.
Ooh.
It is of my favorite gun, Thorn.
That's awesome.
So it's 2 thorns like crossing, and then it has Dredge in Yours Rose from D1 like in the middle of it, and it's like burning. It looks really sick. That's
I think you should tweet out a picture of it.
Yes.
I'm
Absolutely.
kind of curious.
I can do that.
Or like get
that-
upside down on your chair right now and show us.
Yeah, there you go.
That, and then on my stomach, I actually have an entire space diorama on my stomach, like from my chest, like down here on my chest all the way down is just like a huge space diorama. That's probably
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I appreciate your
it took a lot.
tattoos. I appreciate your tattoos. I'm probably going to be getting my first one in the next like few months, so I'm literally just going all out. I'm just going to get a whole sleeve, not all at once, but like I'm just going to get a huge piece immediately. Be like it's it.
My right arm, my first tattoo.
Oh, it's odd.
So.
Dude, your tattoos are awesome. I just know if you're listening to this, this is a very beautifully tatted man, and you should find him on Twitter so you can go see these tattoos. Are sweet. You have that new one on your neck, right? That's your most recent one?
Yeah, honestly, the neck tattoo is probably going to be my favorite once it's finished because my artist she's just killing it.
That's
She's doing
awesome.
a great job.
Heck yeah. Well, we're so thankful you're here, and it was fun having you. Maddox Havoc, where can we find you guys?
You can go ahead, Alex.
Okay, you can find me at twitch.tv/vmaddox with 2 X's, Twitter @_, Maddox on YouTube. If you want to learn about scrims and PvP and stuff like that, that's my main focus. I actually have a lot of different kind of comedy content that I'm going to be working on here very shortly as well too.
Ooh.
Like comedic gun reviews and stuff like that. So that's going to be something to look forward to.
For the YouTube.
Yes, for YouTube and for other things like TikTok and Instagram. I'm making like really shorts for just more discoverability and stuff like that, and to be able to post them more places. And then if we hit 2,000 followers on Twitch, and we'll be doing a 24-hour charity stream. So that's like the one thing I like doing is testing my sleep schedule and raising money for charity. So I don't know when that's going to be, but if we hit 2,000, which we are about 1820 to 1830 at the moment, it'll be a charity stream. So if you don't like charity, then
Follow this man. Let's get him to 2,000.
Yes, sir.
As for myself, xhavoc83x, you can find me on most social platforms, Twitter, Twitch, yada yada yada. I'm finally getting back into Destiny myself, so yeah, like we were talking about, busy week, Iron Banner. I'll take a look at that for a little bit. Obviously, still grinding, and we got VOG, so that's what I got going on this week, honestly. So yeah, that's all I really got for everybody.
Heck yeah, dude. And my name's Bearded Luke. When I am streaming on Twitch, which I promise is going to happen again on a regular basis, twitch.tv/Bearded Luke is where I stream. I'm also, and I swear I had this idea before Maddox, so I'm not copying him. When I hit 2,000 followers, I'm doing a 24-hour charity stream as well.
I will agree with that. He did have that idea first.
I mean, it's not like some clever idea, like everyone does it, but yeah. I'm also doing that. No matter what, like if we hit it, we were really close, and then like 200 bot accounts got deleted off of my account. So
same. I'm back to where I was though, which is good.
Yeah, so I'm working towards that. I'm still gonna do it no matter what, even if I'm not on a regular streaming basis. I really do want to do a 24-hour stream because they're fun. I'm on YouTube. I actually just did something big. My regular YouTube channel is just strictly like streaming. Like it's like filmmaking, tech, and stream advice essentially, and like reviewing tech. And then I just made a new YouTube channel called Bearded Luke Pokemon. All my Pokemon stuff is gonna be there instead. I just separated it. So like all of my he's gonna sub right. Heck yeah, it's where all of my pools are gonna be. I already started pushing some of my videos over there. I'm gonna be doing a lot of shorts. But all of my Pokemon, I probably have like 10 Pokemon videos that I've recorded in the past month that I just haven't edited yet. So all my Pokemon related stuff, Bearded Luke Pokemon, it's going to be there. Anyways, yeah, that's where I'm at. I want to get back to streaming regularly. We're looking into the future of where we're going to live and all that kind of stuff right now because we currently, as the time of this recording, still live with my in-laws. So this is way too much information probably for all of you listening, but I love all of you and I want you to know.
We're glad you told us. We're glad.
But anyways, like Havoc said, once this is done, you can listen to this anywhere where your podcasting needs would be, you know, wherever, and you can watch it on YouTube as well as watch the VOD here for whatever 60 days. NoiseTank, thank you so much for being here tonight. It was such an honor.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah, we'll have you again. All right, we're gonna have you again soon, and you're gonna show us your new tattoos from that point, and it's gonna be fun.
Probably, yeah.
I'll probably have another one in the works already.
Yes,
so.
and Havoc, I am going to be playing some games with you soon because I have a PS5. So let's make it happen.
That's right. You have PS5 bros now.
Let's make it happen.
I'm excited.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. That was episode 19 of the Destiny Nerds. You're all amazing. We'll see you guys on the Flippity Flop. I love all of you.